And so now I believe that the future is that direct deserves purpose-built tech. LightSource and Spec-to-Scale as a philosophy works for any company that is delivering a physical product to customers. And then in fact, this source-to-pay process ends with P2P and not where direct primarily lives transactionally, which is the ERP. So by definition, this is not built for direct materials, it's built for indirect. It was actually a conversation with one of the analysts from Gartner. This is his initial reaction. I've had customers ask for this. I had no idea this existed. I never really had a great answer because what they were essentially looking for is what LightSource is, something between a sourcing tool and a PLM that connects through to the ERP. But it's even been difficult for analysts to describe exactly what LightSource is because there hasn't been a taxonomy around direct built in this area. There's been the PLM and the ERP, and we know there's a lot of other stuff that happens, but it doesn't fit cleanly into the indirect S2P process. The question that I want to ask the audience is, how did we get here? How do we end up in this situation? And so this is a quick definition of what Spec-to-Scale is. It's a direct materials operating system that bridges between spec management and design. The PLM with the transactional manufacturing systems, ERP and MRP. And so Spec-to-Source is your defining your specifications, whether this is CAS numbers for chemicals, or CAD for automotive, or recipes for food, or specifications even for strategic indirect, like travel and logistics. Source to supply. We're selecting suppliers, then we're ramping them up, we're getting them ready for industrialization, we're preparing for production, and then supply to scale. That transition point is the start of production, then we're managing growth, which applies a lot of pressure to the system, long-term supply management, and the ongoing life cycle topics, whether it be risk or continuous cost down, index adjustment, FX. The world doesn't end just because we've launched the product. And eventually it ends up being 500 to 2,000 emails just to figure out who's the right supplier, what's the right spec, is that price fair, and that's just the start.